Rotary started with the vision of one man, Paul Percival Harris. Paul Harris was born on 19th April 1868 in Racine as the second of 6 children of George N. and Cornelia Bryan Harris. At the age of 3, he moved to Wallingford, Vermont, where he grew up in the care of his parental grandparents, Howard and Pamela Harris. While he was in school, both of Harris' grandparents died, and he spent the 5 years after graduation traveling around the country and working odd jobs. After arriving bankrupt in San Francisco in 1891, he worked as a reporter for the San Francisco Chronicle and then as a ranch hand, grape picker, actor and cowboy. He was also a hotel night clerk in Jacksonville, Florida, and a traveling marble and granite salesman. He attended the University of Vermont and Princeton University and received his law degree from the University of Iowa in 1891. In 1896, Harris settled in Chicago and opened a law practice. 4 years later, he met the fellow attorney Bob Frank for a dinner at Chicago's North Side. They walked around the area, stopping at shops along the way. Harris was impressed that Frank was friendly with many of the shopkeepers. He had not seen this kind of friendship among businessmen since moving to Chicago. The thought persisted that I was sure that there must be many other young men who had come from farms and small villages to establish themselves in Chicago. Why not bring them together? If others were longing for fellowship as I was, something would come out of it. Harris eventually persuaded several business associates to discuss the idea of forming an organization for local professionals. On 23 February 1905, Paul Harris, Gustavus Loher, Sylvester Sheely and Hiram Shore gathered at Loher's office, room 711 of the Unity Building in downtown Chicago for what would later be known as the first Rotary Club meeting. The Rotary name derived from early practice of rotating meetings among members' office. In February 1907, Harris was elected the third president of Rotary Club of Chicago. Towards the end of his presidency, he worked to expand Rotary beyond the city. By 1910, Rotary had expanded to several other major U.S. cities. In 1910, he met Gene Thompson during an outing with the Prairie Club, a Chicago-based organization for wilderness enthusiasts. Harris and Thompson married 3 months later and settled on Chicago's South Side. Harris recognized the need to form a national association with an executive board of directors. In August 1910, Rotarians held their first national convention in Chicago, where the 16 existing clubs unified as the National Association of Rotary Clubs, which is now known as Rotary International. The new association unanimously elected Harris as its president. He held the office for 2 years and afterward became president emeritus, serving as the public face of the organization and promoting membership extension and service around the world. At the end of his second term as Rotary president, Harris resigned, citing ill health and the demands of his professional practice and personal life. He was elected president emeritus by convention action, a title he held until his death. In the mid-1920s, Harris became actively involved in Rotary again, serving as the public face of the organization. To promote membership and service, he attended conventions and visited clubs throughout the world, often accompanied by his wife, Jean Thompson. He wrote several books about Rotary and his life and travels, including The Founder of Rotary and This Rotarian Age and My Road to Rotary. Harris died on 27th January 1947 in Chicago at the age 78 after a prolonged illness. By coincidence, days before he died, Rotary leaders had committed to a major fundraising effort for the Rotary Foundation.